A very emotional Horohoro episode awaits us while Anna learns about the history of the Asakura family. Welcome everyone to Gamerturk's Onsen. Val is once again back with me, and this is Shaman King episode 15, the 2021 version of course, and we'll talk about it. I feel like that was a good episode in general. Like a Horohoro portion felt a bit... welcome Val, by the way, welcome.
Hello everyone, hello Gamerturk, how are you?
Sorry, I was a bit too excited to get into things. Well, not excited, I'm just trying to pull through, but yeah, as I said, it was a good episode in my opinion, bar the first portion with Anna, but we'll talk more in depth when we get into it. How did you feel this week?
Well, so I believe we will have some kind of maybe more heated discussion, because in my opinion it wasn't a very good episode, and well, we'll talk as you said in a bit maybe, and we'll find out what are the differences between us.
Alright then, well, first off we're starting with the history of the Asakura family, and I felt like we could have just skipped this entire portion and give Horohoro more screen time instead. That's all I'm gonna say about this portion, because yes, this is very important background information, but it just doesn't fit here, right?
The problem for me is that once again they decided to pack 2 or even 3 histories into one episode, and because of that each of these story,
not history.
Story, of course, wasn't properly with enough depth shown, and this is why I thought that each of the story was it wasn't very convincing for me, I would say. Like, for example,
is actually a good description. That is how I felt in general as well. Like the Horohoro portion I liked, but it still wasn't selling me the story in my opinion. Like, it was compromising so much that that the story itself didn't feel convincing, as you said.
Yeah, but let's go chronologically. So first we've got this entire background of and the whole secret of Asakura family. What exactly is the identity of Hao, and what is his? Well, we already know what is his relation to Yoi. That characters in the anime aren't still aware. I believe is
that was something I mentioned last week when I was again doing the solo video as well. But the anime, yes, the characters, for them it's still a mystery that Yo and Hao are brothers, but the anime is still trying to play it off like that's a secret to everyone watching, whereas it isn't. Everyone knows since the first 2 minutes of the series. Everybody knows the secret behind Hao, his relationship with Yo. I mean, of course, his background 1,000 years ago, that is still necessary exposition, but don't play it off like a mystery.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I have the same feeling regarding this. However, I'm just going to the point of, for me, about this, the first half of the episode. It just like it was told how powerful was how he had these 2 Shikigamis protecting this book, but you know, once they appeared, Anna just somehow I still can't understand how it has happened, but without any problems, to be honest, restrained or even defeated them.
Yeah, she opened the book randomly. She opened the exact page where there was information for her.
She just take a quick look at this page and already knew what to do. So yeah, I understand that it is shonen and stuff like that, but again, I just didn't
too much.
Even for series like that. Though, what I like to say that I chuckled or even smiled a little bit about these portions with punches, conches. For me, it was kind of fun.
Run away was nice, yeah. But aside from that, you know, we had no proper visualization of Hao's 1,000-year-old mystery.
Yeah, I didn't feel as if he was really so super powerful and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe we'll have more flashbacks about him, more in details. And
yes, I have something to add there, because that's one of the reasons why I'm saying this entire portion we could have skipped and give more time to Horohoro, because, well, they didn't show any visuals of Hao in this episode, and I don't think it would be too much of a spoiler to say we will learn more about Hao in the future with proper visuals. So we could have just not had this at all, you know. We know they are time constrained, so why not trim this little portion, and then when Anna appears to Yo again, say like, okay, Yomei sent me, and that's it. That's all the information we need. He told me to have this book, everything is in this book, and now we're gonna have the proper exposition. So we don't need to watch this exposition that's taking too much time.
Yeah, so once again, as I said in the beginning, it is just a curse of trying to put as much material as it is possible into one episode.
And one last thing I'm gonna say, sorry for cutting you off there, but the entire scene, it's played so seriously. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The entire scene, Tamao and Anna are taking this extremely seriously, where Yomei is completely casual. Like, he's explaining things in a serious way, but Anna is like extremely pissed that Tamao is there, whereas Yomei is like, I don't care, she can be here, nobody forbids her, that's fine, why are you getting so angry? And I'm like, yeah, should I be feeling serious here? Is this a comedic bit? Should I be laughing? I don't know.
Yeah, so it kind of could confuse you, like,
it's
on
an
the
emotional
other
mess.
Yes, they wanted to show it is very serious, but on the other hand, those little things from here and there just kind of destroy this old seriousness. So yeah, it could just leave you with a feeling of confusion. Just to end this portion of episode, I wanted to say that I really liked the end, like it showed how with his blood he realized something.
Oh yeah, that was a very cool scene. Yes, I like that.
Yeah, and how his Shikigamis were defeated, even though he doesn't know how easily were they did. Well, anyway, so yeah, I think that the in general the scene wasn't, this part of this episode wasn't great in my opinion. The ending scene of this portion was really good.
Yep, I agree. But with that, we're moving on to the next portion. I'm just gonna skip the entire part with Yo and crew because nothing is happening, in my opinion. You know, nothing to say. There are no comedic bits. It's just setting up Horohoro's thing with Cory. I'm saying. What was the Japanese name for Cory? I'm completely blanking out right now.
Who is Cory?
The spirit. Kororo.
Ah, Kororo. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like, Cory is always in my head because Cory in the House was very popular when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, so
it's my favorite anime. I know it exists there to create this tension between Horohoro and Kororo, but this adaptation, this new adaptation, it's not using that tension in the first place. At the end of the episode, Kororo is constantly watching Horohoro anyways, and then comes back, saves him. They don't even exchange any words. Like, then what was the point of this? Again, they're condensing everything so much that so much loses its meaning, and if it's losing its meaning, how about you cut them out and just elaborate on the things that matter a bit more, so we can have more context on the matters that matter a bit more.
Yes, exactly. So I believe we can move just to the actual portion of the episode.
Yeah, the actual portion of the episode is Horohoro falling down to his death but not dying and ending up with multiple broken bones, and then starts walking 10 minutes later as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
That is the rest of the episode, actually. That is a perfect description of what happens. But yeah,
to be honest,
of the episode, this is the bit I enjoyed. It is still feeling extremely fast, but again, some of those transitions they made really well. Like, one of the moments that stuck out with me is when Horohoro decides to go out and, you know, wears his stuff and smirks at the camera, and just instantly we switch over to the girl coming after him, and I felt like, you know, those fast-paced transitions, it really made the episode feel more energetic than chaotic that it usually does. I was happy with that.
Well, as for me regarding this portion, let me start with that I believe, for me, the size of the episode for this was not enough, which is obvious, because in my opinion, surely it could be even 2 episodes, because we've got like 2 subplots in this second half. One was actually Horohoro and Kororo's little dispute about you know what is just Kororo.
Do we count that as that story existing here, because it didn't feel like it existed here?
Well, somehow it was showed, so let's be fair and at least mention it. And the second one would be actually this whole let's call it the bear stuff with this new girl, which I just wanted to say that I really like the new girl, even though she probably is only going to be in this episode.
Yeah,
I don't know,
she's
maybe
only gonna be here.
Yes, which is really strange, but I just wanted to say that for me, somehow she really clicked with me. Yeah, however, well, maybe you're saying that because of this fast pacing, it was less chaotic and more action, but still, I don't
not
like
action, not action. More energetically paced.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, sorry. That's the word you used. So yeah, maybe it felt more energetic, but for me still, like was jumping from one place to another. First he was in the bed, and then he had this small talk with new girl. Then a few seconds later he was already facing the bear. Then we've got some free randoms shooters. I don't know from where they come, and then a little bit of fighting. Then he's Horohoro, and that's all. So for me, it's like they were jumping from one point to another, and because of that, for me it was completely mess.
Yeah, it was jumping from place to place, but again, I felt like it was somewhat to their benefit. Like if it was between long and short, what this is, if it was somewhere between the old anime and this anime, I felt like it would have been much worse because they would try juggling a lot more and it wouldn't fit. Whereas here it feels like, you know, we're just, yes, we are cutting stuff, but fucking hell, it's not gonna be boring. We're just energetically go through everything we have to.
Well, of course, it wasn't boring. When it comes, as you said, energetic, I think it was a good thing regarding this. But still,
like you could follow the sequence of events. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I agree with you. I probably by default already compared with the adaptation, and because of that, I just, whenever there is this kind of pacing, I just by default can see it as a good thing, even though there are some small good things that could play thanks to, for example, this energetic vibe.
Yeah, you know, at this point, I'm just used to the fucking butchered pacing, and I'm going the, hey, you know, this wasn't as bad as it could have been. That was pretty decent for what they did. That's my mindset after 15 episodes of this.
Yes, I believe it is a proper mindset, but for some reason I'm just too much clinging to the old adaptation because of nostalgia or something like that.
Yeah, and you know, I had completely forgotten about the bear actually dying, so I'm really glad I forgot. That came as a nice shock moment. That was good. It was a really nice emotional portion. Maybe,
but on the other hand, for me, it was like, the bear is dead, okay, let's move on. It's just, I didn't feel any, you know, heaviness or something like that in this scene.
And then just Horohoro magically comes back without even saying a word. Horohoro doesn't say anything as well. They don't kill the poachers because yeah, that's bad, they should go to jail, etc, etc. That's one of the things, you know, people say about Kirito not killing Sugo, and I'm like, are you stupid? If he dies, he gets away with everything he did. But that's an entirely different tangent. One of the shots that I absolutely love, when half of Horohoro is covered in ice to block the bullets, that's a fucking cool shot. That's an episode winner right there. I love that.
Yes, it was really a strong emotional scene. I just had a issue is that I believe there was only one shot, but actually Horohoro had three holes in the eye. So I don't know whether the director was going like in Rambo, you know, he just shot one and 20 people are dead, or he's just bad with math. But yes, it is the issue. However, let me repeat that yes, this scene was really cool.
Yes, indeed. They probably did the 3 shots, but then cut 2 of the shots. But they had the triple shot back on Horohoro. When your cuts go so far that it makes such small changes, yeah. But back at home, you know, that was a nice emotional moment for Horohoro as well. But the most important thing is next week we're getting a Ryu episode. Fuck yeah. Let's get more Ryu. I love this. Enter the Ultra Pompadour.
So let's just hope that they will do the right thing for our favorite.
Yeah, hopefully again 1 story per episode, and we'll be Gucci probably.
Yep.
I don't even remember what's gonna happen next. Like from here over all the way to the Dobby Village, Patch Village portion, I am completely lost.
Yes, I'm also completely blind. This is why I forgot to tell you that in the beginning of the episode, I kind of felt that entire horror portion of the episode was like filler to me. I'm not saying it is a filler because I don't remember exactly how the manga, but it is like I felt it was. So as you said, we're going for now completely blind. So yeah, at least there won't be much comparison with manga or with the original anime, and we will be able to review the episode as it is just a standalone story.
I'll be asking you a different question now before we end. Wasn't there a different Horohoro story that takes place in a forest as well, aside from the bear plot?
Since I didn't check and I don't remember, it is highly possible because I don't think there was anything like that in the old adaptation.
What do you mean anything like that?
Well, and this kind of story, like horror story, was different.
Wait, you mean bear wasn't there in the original adaptation?
No, it's not the bear, but
I am so confused right now.
Okay, so maybe let's just cut it because maybe I'm just confused myself.
Alrighty then. Next week we're gonna have more Ryu. Hopefully we'll have a lovely and very funny episode with Ryu in the spotlight. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And we're gonna cut it right there. See you all next week. Until then, stay cool.
Thank you. Bye everyone.